Hi there, Floyd Kennedy here, writer, producer, and performer in the podcast Am I Old Yet? I thought I'd offer you something a little bit different this week, just as a bonus episode while I'm still I'm actually bang in the middle of working on editing sound design for Season 12 of Am I Old Yet? I hope to begin to release the first episodes by the end of November at the latest. So I'm ploughing on with that. But in the meantime, I thought this is something that I recorded earlier this year with some friends, a duo of jazz improvising musicians, Pablo Sonaillon and Alex McDowall, improvising while I recited the poem. It's inspired by a painting that my granddaughter did when she was 14, about 3 years ago. And I call it an origin story because it deals with the cosmos, the universe, and our place in it, and also our never-ending struggles with the paradox that is the concept of perfection. So I'm sharing it with you, but I'm also taking this time here to remind you that I'm running a crowdfunding campaign to pay the actors who have contributed their voices to Season 12. Am I Old Yet has been unpaid ever since its inception. Everybody's been volunteering. But I thought it would be Christmas come early if I could actually pay the actors this time. You'll find the website at https, whatever it is, www.crowdfunder, that's crowdfund with the letter r.com/AIOY Season 12. And if that's a bit too complicated, you can just pop over to patreon.com/AmIOldYet and drop a few pennies in the bucket over there. We would be enormously grateful. In the meantime, here's the poem. Enjoy. An Origin Story, Part 1. In the beginning, there was a whale, big and blue and beautiful, perfectly big, beautifully blue, alone in an ocean of nothing. Or so it seemed. And in the beginning, there was a universe so infinitesimally, illogically small that no impossibly large whale could ever know or understand why or where it might be. And the universe floated alone in the ocean of nothing. Or so it dreamed. The whale moved in perfect peace throughout the silent void, blissfully unaware of the presence of the infinitesimally tiny universe, sleeping perfectly at rest within its still, silent lack of being anything more than being infinitesimally small. Into the lacking of light that signified nothing but freedom to move swam the whale, and its tail began to swish back and forth, and the sound was perfectly swishy, if illogical, because what was there to swish against? Nothing but perfectly nothing. And yet, the whale heard the sound, and something stirred inside its heart. Its great mind registered a feeling, a sensation that grew from a tiny tickle to a wave of recognition that its perfect body with its perfect tail had created something out of nothing but itself. Out of nothing but itself, and the nothingness of the void. And the sound shimmied around its body and fluttered across its fins. It brushed past its nose as it turned and tumbled through the darkness till the tickle became a giggle, and the giggle grew into a guffaw, and the guffaw gurgled and gushed out of the whale's giant mouth in a rhythmical pattern that merged with the swishing, and slowly, elegantly, the whale created song. And as the whale swam and its tail swished, the veil of nothing began to shift, and the whale sang and its heart lifted, feeling resistance, a form of insistence that nothing was moving while everything changed. And somewhere, somehow, from the deepest depths of its infinitesimally tiny beingness, the universe felt a shiver, a shock of a shake, and it began to crack and to creak and to cleave in two. And the whale swam through, and the song shivered and shook each piece apart till a river of universal smithereens smashed themselves into being as a glowing, unknowing, festive flowing, showing itself in the trail of a whale. So it was that the whale swam on and sang on, and in its wake were left the makings of galaxies, with planets and stars, meteors and matter that is and isn't, as far as can be seen, there at all. On and on the whale sings and swims, swishing its tail, fluttering its fins, rejoicing in the sound of its voice, never looking backwards, because there is no back or forth, no south or north, no up nor down, no in or out, in the endless nothing that is and is not nothing. Part 2. Do not aspire to perfection, or rather, do not expect to attain perfection. And if you ever believe you have achieved it, please understand that you have already lost your sense of perspective. An aspiration is something to be worked towards. There is a destination to be reached, an assignation with a greatly desired achievement, a goal, so to speak. Score! And then, what? Do it again? Or aspire to something else? Perfection is not a station where you alight. It's a bridge to be crossed. Perfection is innately unattainable. Perfection requires the ability to dance on the head of a pin. Perfection is, if it is anything at all, essentially unsustainable. We humans all have flaws, loose threads in our seams. That's how we grow. One apparently perfect earthenware pot cannot expand, it cannot learn or know its raison d'être or replicate itself. No, it is perfect, it is finished. All it can do now is begin to decay. Part 3. Where to now? In the beginning itself was flawed, imperfectly aligned, and light began to roar between the cracks. Space and time were born, then torn apart to form fragmented entities, each fragment bearing the seeds of possibility. Out of the chaos, intent upon going wherever it went, on being whatever it was, until it became something else, our own unfinished fragment of a planet spawned us, an imperfect species, not content with being what it is until it becomes something else, but bent on driving on and on, thriving on a willful disregard for what surrounds us here and now, striving to find an all-encompassing explanation, the one true ringing theory of everything. We dream of realignment with that first impossibly flawed event, imagining that, given time, we may control the space around us to create a perfect understanding of all that is or ever was. Some do believe they've found it, a perfect cause of all that they observe. It leads them blindly into the darkness, obscuring the imperfections that characterize their cause. In the beginning, the universe was dark, possibly, and then it was light, probably, and then, think about it. It cannot stay light forever, no matter how much it might suit you or me. It does not belong to you or to me. Paradoxically, the universe is perfect, perfectly transitioning between light and dark, expansion and contraction, motion and stillness. Each instant of its existence is perfectly what it is in that unsustainable instant. It is constantly changing and consistently complete. What it was and what it is and what it will be only retains significance for us inasmuch as we are part of it. And so we also are already perfect. There is no other perfection to aspire to. To be alive is to be constantly in motion. Actually, to be dead is not the end of motion. Our cells, our energy, our worth have simply moved on with the endless, as far as we are capable of understanding it, emotion of the universe itself. Do not aspire to perfection. whether you believe you have achieved it or not. Understand its transitory nature. Strive to get close enough to glimpse it. And do not stop there. Keep moving. Something beyond that vision of perfection is waiting to inspire you. Part 4. And still the whale takes enormous pleasure in bringing into being the stuff of the universe which forms and endlessly reforms, all the while tirelessly yearning to return to its once upon a time infinitesimally tiny dream of itself.